What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have the start of the new season, and I'm going to be trying out two of the new meta Pokemon here for the first time in Great League. Now, what I will say out the gate is if I had Shadow, I would use them. My Shadow Gallade, unfortunately my male Ralts, I have 5 Ralts, right, that are Shadow. 4 of them have frustration removed away, but unfortunately the one that didn't was the male one. So we gotta wait for that. In Feraligatr, I have a Shadow Feraligatr, it's ready to go, but I'm out of Elite Charge TMs, which means I can't give it Hydro Cannon. So, it is what it is. I'm going to use the normal types, but if I had an option or a choice, I would be using Shadows. We have Bastiodon, Shadow Gallade, and Feraligatr. These two Pokemon put in absolute work. They are a part of the meta. You need to fear them, and you need to be prepared for them. Let's go and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle. Bastiodon versus Shadow Alolan Sandslash. This is obviously not a good matchup, so we're going to go ahead and go into that Feraligatr right here with Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw and Hydro Cannon. I'm telling you, everyone, it's a combination I didn't think I would ever see, but it is here, and it is phenomenal. So, what we're going to look to do is we already got a shield there from the Alolan Sandslash. We're going to want to keep our Feraligatr a little healthy here, so we're going to go ahead and block that Drill Run, and then see if we can win the race to the next charge move. But they bring in a Lantern, which is great as well, and what you guys are going to see is just how good a Feraligatr is. Granted, this is all resisted damage, but when you add up Shadow Claw, when you add up this Hydro Cannon damage, what you're going to see is a Lantern who is going to be able to farm me down, is going to get very low on health. As you guys can see, it's already below 33.33, repeating of course, health. We got it into the red. That's insane. That's insane. We're going to go ahead and come in with Bastiodon now and look to load up on energy. I am concerned about Gallade taking charge moves, right? It's very glassy, so you got to be careful with that. And I'm reading there might be an Azumarill in the back. We've seen Shadow Alolan Sandslash. We've now seen Lantern. Azumarill might be Pokemon number 3. So we're going to go ahead and soak those two surfs right there. Fast move down, and then we should be able to get to a flamethrower here against the Shadow Alolan Sandslash, which is perfect. It's double super effective. A Bastiodon will boom it if they decide not to shield, and we have the energy for it, which is just... is beautiful. So, Flamethrower now going to be coming through. We're going to go ahead and fast swap here into the Gallade and Psycho Cut. Everyone, Psycho Cut on a Gallade gains energy like I've never seen before. We're going to go ahead and stop that Ice Punch, and look at it. We already got a Leaf Blade. It's just like, we already got 2. We're going to go ahead and go for close combat here. This obviously going to be enough to KO. First boom of the season. Boom! See ya! Next Pokemon is going to be a Carbink, and this is where the Gallade is just going to pop off. It is so much damage. Leaf Blade is beautiful. The energy gain with Psycho Cut is just too good, guys. Gallade is here. Gallade is meta. Shadow is more dangerous. I'm telling you right now, if you guys have a Shadow, use it. If you don't, you just have normal Gallade like you've built before in the past like me, use that for now. And then obviously Bastiodon is the biggest wall to a Carbink that it's ever seen in its life. So we're going to sit very comfy here, soaking the charge move and fast moving the Carbink down. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. 1 HP and a dream to start it off. Here we go. Moving to the next one, Bastiodon versus Shadow Dragonair. Now, Shadow Dragonair can shred through my backline, so I got to be very careful. Now, one thing I've noticed with my Bastiodon, for some reason, I think it was just today, it was just very laggy battles today. I'm starting behind. Like, they get like a bunch of fast moves in before I can even start. It's really weird. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and go for Stone Edge here. I'm looking to get myself shield advantage in this situation because the Dragonairs usually pair with something like a Bastiodon in the back, and obviously Feraligatr and Gallade are going to do very well. So we're going to go ahead and let the Aqua Tail go through. Not enough to KO, but that's okay. We are able to get another Smackdown's worth of damage, and then now we got to come in with Feraligatr and Shadow Claw and look to fast move down. We will have to give up a shield here. Body Slam is a lot of damage still. So Feraligatr isn't the bulkiest Pokemon. It can actually survive a charge move, but we have Gallade here swapping into the Lantern. You guys are just seeing the speed. Look at the energy gain. We're gonna go ahead and and look to shield in this situation, stopping the Surf. Again, Gallade is very glassy. You don't want to get hit with a single charge move. We're massively overloading, and now we're just going to go ahead and send it. The Leaf Blade is going to be coming through. They decided no shield, so we're going to go ahead and go for the next one, but I miscounted. I thought they were not at the next Surf. I thought they were one fast move away, and unfortunately, I go down. Now, is it over? You might be looking at this going, oh, well, good game. Is it? Is it? Feraligatr and Shadowclaw and Hydro Cannon can be very deadly. Here we go. Hydro Cannon taking out the Lantern. Now, let's see what comes in. It's going to be a Skeledirge. We are looking good. They have a Dragonair with no health, so we're going to go ahead and commit to the fast move, and they swap in. They catch nothing, and they're now going to get hit. Feraligatr is getting the first boom of this season. Crocodile on Crocodile. Boom! See ya! Shiny Feraligatr is here, and it is meta. Alright, moving to the next one. Bastiodon versus Whiscash. Bad lead right here. We're going to go ahead and go into the Feraligatr, obviously, start getting ahead on energy, and in comes a Galvantula. And everyone, I want you to take notes right here. Feraligatr is going to be putting in work. Shadowclaw and Hydro Cannon is such a deadly combination. I just want you guys to look at what is about to happen. Obviously, we have to give up a shield in this situation here against Galvantula. I want to take this into the 1-0 if I can, or I'm going to be looking to take Switch. And if I get Switch, we're looking good. Hydro Cannon. Boom! Nearly one-shots. We completely flip the mid-game matchup there. They bring in a Medicham, and we get to another Hydro Cannon. Things are looking very good. Now, what we have to do is obviously we have to come in with the Gallade in this matchup, and Gallade has to be able to 1v2 this situation. So we're going to go ahead and load up on energy. They bring in a Whiscash, so we're going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blades, but I make some mistakes here. I'm going to go ahead and shield, but I miscount the energy on, I think that's just because I was blown away by how much energy I was gaining with Psycho Cut and Leaf Blade, that I just completely forgot to keep count on Whiscash. I clearly have another, I did it again, right? Same with the Lantern. I have a Leaf Blade, just throw it, like it's good game. But unfortunately the Scald hits me, so I go for one more one more Psycho Cut, so I have double Leaf Blade ready to go. First one obviously taking out the Whiscash. Boom. Second one going to be hitting the Medicham. And now this is going to come down to Bastiodon closing out this game for me, as Medicham is going to be extremely low. So Bastiodon has a lot of health. Things should be okay. This is why I said I set myself up for success, but it has Dynamic Punch. This is bad news. Bastiodon is not going to be able to hang on. Medicham is able to survive, and we go down because of my own mistakes. Good game. All right, moving to the next one, Skarmory. All right, we caught it. Skarmory on the lead. This is a beautiful matchup for us. We are just happy to stay in, happy to load up energy. They swap into a Lantern, so we bring in the Gallade right away, and we are off to the races. Gallade, it's just so much fun. I'm telling you guys right now, watch out for this Pokemon in the Great League. Watch out for it in the Ultra League. Watch out for it in the Ultra Premier. This thing is a monster. We get to 2 Leaf Blades, and the Lantern hasn't even been able to throw a charge move yet. And they're going to go ahead and let it go. Skarmory coming back in again has Steel Wing as the fast move instead of Air Slash. So we're going to look to get a little fancy here with Gallade and try to get ourselves a shield, as we're gaining energy pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and shield the Sky Attack here and then see if I can get to double close combat. It's going to be close. I don't think I'll make it to double close combat. Yeah. I could have. I could have right there, just looking at the health. I could have gotten to double close combat because I threw it a bit too soon. One more. Yeah, I could have done the double. All right, that's fine. We still have switch advantage. We do see a Stunfisk come in, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Feraligatr right here, and that's obviously going to be a good game. Feraligatr as well. It's just so good. Now, we're going to be testing its bulk right here. We do get a shield with Hydro Cannon, but I think it can survive an Earthquake. I was looking at some of the sims. I'm going to go ahead and shield. It was a Rock Slide shield bait, so they got me right there. And then now I'm going to go ahead and throw the I was supposed to throw the Hydro Cannon on charge attack priority there, but I didn't. Again, fumbling it up. Earthquake, we still survive, so you can see the bulk here as we go for a Hydro Cannon now. The Galarian Stunfisk, though, starting to get a little bit of energy, but remember, Bastion is about to have a, yeah, we don't get the next one in time. Bastion's about to have a Flamethrower here, so that is going to be a good game. Skarmory is still in the back. So slight misplay on my end, obviously, while I shielded the wrong charge move. I think they did have enough energy there. So that was just a missed time on me, but ultimately that's okay. We're still able to win this game, and I'm impressed with these Pokemon. That's all I have to say. Gallade, I used Empoleon today as well, so you have to look out for the next video on that. It will likely be tomorrow. Empoleon did really well for me as well. And but the Gallade and Feraligatr combination is just so good. Whether you want to have them both on your team, or if you want to have them on different teams and create your own team around them, they are strong Pokemon. So it's a good game. All right, moving to the next one. Lantern on the lead. Obviously a tough lead, but what's great about Bastion is its ability to do great neutral damage here in this matchup. And we don't necessarily have to be shielding. What we're looking to do is just try to get this thing relatively low, and then look to see if Feraligatr and Gallade can sweep this game. So we're going to go ahead and go for one Stone Edge. We get it pretty low, so that's beautiful. They're likely going for another Surf here. And then we have an opportunity in front of us to either A, swap into Feraligatr and get ahead on energy, which is what I'm going to look to do because I was concerned about maybe there being a flyer in the back. And secondly, because of this swap, we outpaced to the charge move, so we're able to get to the Hydro Cannon in time. And we do get a shield, so they're looking to stay in, which is fine. I will give up one shield now to be able to farm down. If this is Thunderbolt, obviously that's going to be good. If it's Surf, they might be able to get the back-to-back, and oh, they do. The Feraligatr Shadow Claw wasn't able to go through, so I'm going to risk it all here on Feraligatr. I'm going to go ahead and give up a shield. We have plenty of energy. Feraligatr's energy can go a lot of places, and we do see a Vigoroth swap in. So we're going to go ahead and go for Hydro Cannons here. This is just so much damage. They're going to be forced to shield the charge move, and now we're going to go ahead and go for another one. And then we need to look to swap into Gallade here to get ahead on energy, as things are going to be a bit tough if we don't. And they swap in an Azumarill, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where I wish I had Shadow, everyone. Shadow Gallade's damage is just out of this world. My Gallade, as you guys are going to see, one Leaf Blade, that's a good amount of damage. We're going to do another Psycho Cut, and this, unfortunately, here is... It's not good. It's not good. This is why I said Shadow. If I had Shadow, it's a wrap. It's game over. But unfortunately, I didn't. They do take me out. And now, obviously, a Vigoroth with energy. It's a good game. So I'm going to go ahead and let them counter me down. And that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So yeah, kind of tough one there. But ultimately, what I love seeing is, even though I'm not making the best choices or don't have the right Shadow or non-Shadow, what I'm seeing is an opportunity. I'm seeing an opportunity for these Pokemon to really shine. All right, next battle, we have Azumarill here on the lead. So we're going to go ahead and swap into Feraligatr because this matchup is pretty dangerous, and we draw out a Venusaur. Here we go. Feraligatr has access to Ice Beam, everyone. If you don't learn now, you're going to learn sometime soon as Ice Beam. Oh, it gets shielded. I almost had you there on the boom, right? But what you guys are seeing, look at the Shadow Claw damage. This is what I want you guys to notice. Obviously, I'm going to be shielding in this situation. I want to try to take this into the 1-0s if I can, as we do get the Shield the Frenzy plant. We're going to go ahead and go for Hydro Cannon now. It's a little bit less energy. I was trying to get a surprise with Ice Beam in case the trainer wasn't ready, but they are. So now we're going to try to get to it, and we get to the Hydro Cannon. I couldn't get to the Ice Beam right there, I don't think, just based on how much health I had remaining. But look at this, Feraligatr 1v1's the Venusaur and keeps shield advantage for me. Azumarill comes in, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Gallade. Slight misplay by my opponent right there. Whenever you simultaneously KO, you don't want to be the first person to bring in a Pokemon. That's something to learn. They gave me a huge advantage because watch what's in the back here. It's a Talonflame, so we're obviously going to be swapping into Bastion. That's going to be a good game. there's nothing they can really do. But something to learn from my opponent's side. If you're watching, hey, good game, but this is obviously a good learning opportunity, and I know you'll never do this again. Simultaneous KOs. If you come in first, you give your opponent an advantage to choose alignment. You never want to do that. You want to wait till the last second and just go with whatever your gut says. Good game. All right, next up we have Wigglytuff and a Galarian Stunfisk. So we're going to go ahead and bring in that Feraligatr once again. It's hungry for revenge after the last Galarian Stunfisk took us out by landing the Earthquake. So we go for the Hydro Cannon. Beautiful amount of damage right there. And I can't... it's always a toss-up. I'm going to go ahead and no shield. And it was the Earthquake this time. I'm like, oh, this is why I really dislike Galarian Stunfisk, is because of the mind games. Is it Rock Slide or is it Earthquake? Granted, I could have just given up shields on Rock Slide and stuff, and that would have been fine. But we're going to go ahead and go for the double Hydro Cannon here. I think I make it in time. So we might lose Switch, but they actually decided to let it go, which is fine by me. They come in with Swampert now. And I'm like, they could have potentially had taken Switch there. They would have had to give up 2 shields in order to do so. But now I have Gallade against Swampert and then Bastiodon against Wigglytuff. And that's a good game. Now, my opponent right here stopped attacking. And I had the actual thought, like right now I'm like, they're still there and they want to sweep with Swampert. So they want me to fast move them down before Switch Clock comes up. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to stop attacking because I'm waiting for Switch Clock. Mind you, I still think my opponent is in this game. And then they really want to leverage the energy from Swampert to sweep this game because I only have 1 shield remaining. Swampert could do that in this scenario. So I wait out Switch Clock. I'm standing here waiting, hoping my opponent's still on the other side. We're waiting for Gallade to come up. Now we're going to go ahead and fast move down. And let's see if they are still there. Nope. Nope, they're definitely not. The Pokemon would have come in already. So we got our first app close of the season already here on day 1. Good game to my opponent, but unfortunately, Bastiodon, Feraligatr, and Gallade is just too strong right now. So good battle, very well played. We're gonna go ahead, Bastiodon, love and life, smack down the first Swampert of its life right there. It's living the dream. All right, moving to the next one. Beedrill on the lead, very positive lead, and this is something to know. If your opponent is staying into a matchup that is so polarized, it is so polarized because Bastiodon just destroys the Beedrill, you gotta start questioning what else do they have in the back. And the fact that they went for Fell Stinger first tells me they really want to go for a Drill Run second. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Stone Edge here. Now, they let the Beedrill go down. I'm like, there's another flyer. There's a Swampert swap in. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Feraligatr, and sure enough, there's a Skarmory. Always read what your opponent is doing and not doing. That information is so key. My opponent did not swap out of a Bastiodon into Beedrill, which means they probably had something very weak in the back to Bastiodon as well. We want to draw it out onto the field here with the Feraligatr because Feraligatr goes hard in this matchup. Shadow Claw and Hydro Cannon is out of this world. Now, we're going to go ahead and let this go. Obviously, you guys see our win condition here. That is going to be with the... It would have been a lot better if they had Steel Wing. We would have been resisting those fast moves. It's going to be with Gallade, 2-to-1 shields there against the Swampert, right? Because we do have Leaf Blade. So we're going to go ahead and smack down. I'm going to wait a second. Switch Clock is not up just yet. I want to make sure I align Gallade to this Swampert promptly, right? So we're going to go ahead and swap out. Here's the Swampert, and now we are off to the races. You guys think a Swampert gets to Hydro Cannons quickly? Gallade outpaces. This is just, I mean, they already had a little bit of energy right there, but Gallade just gets to it so quickly. It's so much fun to use as Leaf Blade here is going to be, boom, one shot in the Swampert, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right. Moving into the final battle, we have Bastiodon versus Chargebug. Very nice lead for us. We love seeing leads like this. They swap in a Quagsire, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Gallade. We're going to look to go for Leaf Blade as soon as we can. We're going to let this first Mud Bomb go through. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but ultimately we obviously one-shot the Quagsire with Leaf Blade, so we're going to go ahead and just go for that, as they might want to take this deep into shields, but we will see. They decide to shield, so that's fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and throw another one. This is where Gallade gets really oppressive in matchups where you just force shields because of the one-shot potential, and now we are sitting really, really good. We're going to go ahead and shield ourselves, obviously, to maintain switch advantage. There's no reason why we shouldn't be going for another Leaf Blade right here to KO the Quagsire. And we just maintain switch advantage. 1-0 shields. We got Bastiodon. We got Feraligatr still. Things are looking good. Boom! Down goes the Quagsire. Alright. Next Pokemon is going to be Mandibuzz. So they are core broken right here. We also get to the close combat in time. Like Gallade, I'm telling you everyone, is going to be the scariest Pokemon to face off against if you are behind on shields and it has some energy. It is going to be nasty. Now, clearly our win condition here is with Bastiodon with a shield. So we bring in the Feraligatr just to kind of soften up the Mandibuzz, and then we're going to be closing this game out with Bastiodon after we go for this Hydro Cannon, because what I'm going to look to do now is after the Hydro Cannon, I'm just going to swap into Bastiodon just to get ahead on energy versus the Chargebug, and we should be able to fast move down Mandibuzz. They have no shields remaining. None of the moves in this game can one-shot me or even get close to one-shotting me, so that is going to be a good battle. We are safe to go for Stone Edge, and this is going to be a good game. Bastiodon obviously hard walls Chargebug and Mandibuzz. It's a really strong Pokemon in the meta. If you guys haven't built one, it's one of those Pokemon that it's worth it for a long time. So, good battle. And that, my friends, battlers of all ages, was my first set of battles today. This team, I wouldn't say this team is ungodly amazing. It's strong. It's a different approach to the Grass Hole team, right? The Bastiodon Razor Leaf user, but in this case, it's spammy charge moves with Gallade and Feraligatr. I think the Shadow variants would perform a lot better. And overall, really impressed with Gallade, really impressed with Feraligatr, and tomorrow you guys are going to see Empoleon as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.